has to stop. Hello lads and welcome back to my channel. And as you can see directly under me, I've got the caption, "This has to stop." And you're thinking to yourself, what the hell is he talking about? Jude Bellingham, okay? It's Jude Bellingham. Because the wild thing is, the amount of, well, I wouldn't say abuse, but the amount of slander I've seen on the internet because of him, and because, one season wonder, he doesn't score goals, what is he doing, la-di-da-di-da-di-da. And fans are complaining that he's actually overrated and rubbish and a little arrogant. Pause. Now, we saw this at the Euros, right? Against Slovakia. Semi-final, scores a bicycle kick, gets England to the semi-finals, bosh, okay? And he says, right, with the celebration, he goes, who else? Who else? Now, the thing is, right, ever since then, people have viewed him as arrogant, because, he's getting too full of himself. But here's the thing, lads. I personally think it's not arrogance, but I'll tell you why it isn't, and I'll break this down very simple for you. Now, if we just rewind 1 year, right, we have got 2024, okay? Real Madrid has a very good season, winning La Liga, winning, I think it's the Copa del Rey or some sort of domestic cup, and their 15th Champions League, right? With the two main players being Vinicius Jr. and Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham scoring 26 times and assisting 13, right? So, I don't actually think it's arrogance. I think it's more confidence, because the thing is, we say the same as Cristiano Ronaldo. A few people will say, he's so arrogant, he doesn't do anything. But look at what he's achieved. Look at what he's achieved. And this is what really annoys me. As I'm saying, Ronaldo achieved a lot, right? And people are saying he's arrogant. But a few people, right, including myself, I'm saying that's confidence. That's confidence. He is saying I'm the best, but he's not saying, look at me, I'm better than anybody else. So, there's a big difference. If you say I'm better than everybody else is awful, right? Then that is arrogance. Whereas saying I am the best and in my head always will be the best, that is confidence, and that is believing in yourself. And that's what some people lack. Now, let's go back to Jude Bellingham here, because as I'm saying, let's go back to 2024, or now to the Euros, right? The guy has just come off of a prime season, scoring 26 times and assisting 13, right? Which is phenomenal for a Cam, especially for his first season at Real Madrid. Now, including scoring a double against Barcelona in the Clásico, alright? Now, the reason for his so-called downfall, right? Now I've broken down why people think he's arrogant and why I disagree. Now, we are moving on to the next part. And I'm going to show you a picture here, alright? I'm going to show you a picture. And, so as you can see here, this is Real Madrid's team a year ago, right? So you've got midfield, Modric, Kroos, and Bellingham, and then you've got Vinicius and Rodrigo just there. Thing is now, I have one question to you lot. Does Real Madrid have a number 9? excluding Joselu, like a proper number 9. No, they do not. So, thing is, Jude Bellingham sort of filled in that role in the last year, right? Because as you can see, there's an entire gap between Vinicius and Rodrigo. Now, because there's a gap, that gave Jude Bellingham the freedom to rotate back and forth. Because when crosses were coming in from Vinicius, Rodrigo, maybe even Toni Kroos, he was the player at the box. He was the player in the centre because he kept rotating from cam to false 9, from cam to false 9, from cam to false 9, right? So that's why it operated so well, and that's exactly why he scored as many as it did. Because I'm going to repeat myself here. There was a huge gap between Vinicius and Rodrigo, which gave Jude Bellingham the freedom, because Real Madrid don't have a number 9, to rotate back and forth. Which means he was the player heading it in from the centre like a Erling Haaland would, or Robert Lewandowski. But because Real Madrid don't have a player like that yet, Jude Bellingham filled in that role and was obviously one of the top goal scorers that year, right? And that's exactly why he got nominated 3rd in the Ballon d'Or, because he won trophies. He had a good amount of numbers. Well, I'm saying a good amount for a cam that is absolutely phenomenal, right? And yeah, I was even on the shout that Jude Bellingham should even win the Ballon d'Or for everything he achieved in his first season. But anyway, we go forward about like a couple months, right? So we are now in like September of 2024, and the signing of Kylian Mbappe has finally been announced. Now, this is where the so-called downfall actually starts, because Mbappe is signed to fill in that number 9 role, right? Because you've got Vinicius on the left, Rodrigo on the right, and then there should be Mbappe down the middle. And the thing is, right, he's just being a little bitch because he says, oh, I don't want to play in the middle, I want to play on the left. It's too bad, buddy, because that left wing position is given to one of the best players in the world, Vinicius Jr. But I will address that whole issue in another video. But what I'm trying to say is, now that Mbappe arrives, right? Let me just bring up a picture of the team. There we go. And as you can see, this is a new team of Real Madrid from this year, right? So you've got midfield, almost stays the same apart from Toni Kroos retiring. You've got... Please excuse me. Anyway, you've got Luka Modric, you've got Jude Bellingham, and you've got maybe Endrick, maybe Arda Güler, okay? You can decide that. And then when you look up front, and this is the key part to the whole thing, this is the actual key part, because as you can see, you've got Vinicius Jr., Kylian Mbappe, and Rodrigo. Now, as you can see, right, look in front of Jude Bellingham. Now, Kylian Mbappe is standing in front of Jude Bellingham. And he is practically taking the freedom off of Jude Bellingham, now that Madrid have a number 9 in Kylian Mbappe, to rotate back and forth. So, as before he used to play like a false 9 sort of role, now he's an actual cam, getting the passes and maybe scoring a couple of screamers along the way. But as I'm saying, now that Kylian Mbappe arrived at the club, he's basically robbed the freedom of Jude Bellingham to rotate back and forth, okay? And that is exactly why he's not putting up the numbers that he did last year, because I'm going to repeat myself for a third time. Kylian Mbappe is taking Jude Bellingham space, which means he cannot rotate back and forth, which means he's not always a player in the centre, because that role, again, has been taken by Kylian Mbappe. He'd probably be the player at the edge of the box. But if you're Vinicius Jr. or Rodrigo, you usually play into the centre to like the striker guy, okay? Yeah, as I'm saying, Jude Bellingham will probably be on the edge of the box most of the time. And yeah, that's why I'm saying it's an outrage for the amount of slander I've witnessed on Jude Bellingham, because it's not even his fault. He's a very, very good player. He's my English boy. And Jude, in case you ever see this, mate, you probably won't because I'm one of the smallest content creators there is. But in case you ever see this, brother, I like you very much. You are one of my favourite English players, along with Harry Kane, which I was in Munich with, and I had the pleasure of being in the presence of him. Check out my stadium vlog, okay? You are my second, if not first, favourite player, and I always knew you would become a baller, alright? But anyway, lads, that is my take on Jude Bellingham and why it's gone wrong, apparently. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments down below. And while you're there, you can please leave a like and subscribe and turn those post notifications on so you don't miss any future episodes of these pundit videos, because I'm hoping at some point I can get onto the football terrace. Terry, if you see this, please take me on. Please watch my previous pundit videos and please take me on, alright? Because I think my opinion would be quite an asset, okay? Not meaning to, hype myself up. But as I said, if you enjoy my content, then leave a like on the vid, subscribe if you're new, and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss any future episodes. And we are so close to 50 subscribers, alright? So close. If we can hit the 50 subscribers before Christmas, I will do a random challenge, right? Random challenge that is commented under this video, alright? So I'm going to repeat that just so here. If we hit the 50 subscribers before Christmas, and now today, at the time of recording, it is December 20th at 5:22 in the evening, alright? If we hit 50 subscribers by the 24th, or I'll let the 25th count as well for you English guys, Christmas Day, right? If we hit 50 subs by the 25th, right, I will do a random challenge which is commented under this vid, alright? So if you could just press the subscribe button, it takes 2 minutes. It takes 2 minutes and it will mean a lot to me, alright? And with that, I'll say, Scotty out. Peace.